can finally get back on this free Sportsman. It's back in the shop, it's here, it's not leaving until it's finished. And we've got a ton of parts for this thing. We sold the Rancher, got some funds to go ahead and start building this thing up, and we pretty much got everything here that needs to be here to finish it. Let's just run through the parts real quick. I don't want to make this intro too long. So, as you already saw, we rebuilt the front diff. All new cage, rollers, bearings, armature plates, hardware, seals. Front drive shaft is here. It did come with it. U-joints feel great. Got a couple OMC gaskets here for the belt housing, new brakes, lug nuts, a boot repair kit, bushings, ball joints, clips. And in that front diff though, I admit I didn't see that because, like I said, it all came in a pile in a box. So there's that roller bearing that needs to go in between the hubs. New air filter, new grips, because there's still nothing underneath there. All the plastics are here. A full triangle snorkel kit. High lifter, arched and forward front. A-arms. I mean, the arch on these things are pretty nice. Kevin did upgrade to 33.5, or no, just 33-inch R2s on 18-inch diesels. So he's taking his 31s, skinny wides off of here. I think he's trading the skinny or the wides up for two more skinnies. Those are going to go on the Sportsman. There's the front axle, got a whole new belt housing. It's going to go on there to seal it up with that nice kit. Thing still runs, still doesn't smoke, still runs good. Got a new exhaust donut. So yeah, I'm just gonna start tearing into it. I'm gonna go through pretty much everything on here, but just a little recap of what we previously done is I went through, fixed all the wiring. All this wiring was chewed up. We pretty much unsunk it. Oil's looking fine. Put in a new battery, new starter solenoid down there, a new fuel pump, cleaned out the throttle body. I kind of went through the clutch a little bit just to get it going again. Still going to go back through that since I got to take it all back off again. So yeah, this is the last time you guys are going to see this, but this is going to be the start, and this is where it's going to, this is just going to be the last time you're going to see it like this. Okay, so I'm just pulled the airbox off, and I'm looking at this. They call it a resistor module, and this is actually the same exact problem that was wrong with John's on his Ranger. That's why we changed out that stator. But so I'm just gonna pull this thing off, and I'm sure it's corroded in there again. And sure enough, you can see there, all the grease gets dried up. All in there is all corroded, so this is all gonna get cleaned up. There is epoxy though in there that keeps gunk out of there, but the connector is what goes bad. So gonna get that all cleaned up, put back in with some dielectric grease, and we should be good. So first order on this thing is to get that roller bearing put back in between the hubs here. Like I said, the thing just came in parts in a bin, so it just goes in there and allows these to turn. I did have a washer in there, and it's the exact same thickness, which, I mean, that was just a guess, just enough to be able to space up the diff and everything, the hub, so it just didn't fall down in there. So that's enough of that. There we go. Put the new hub in. Next up is this fan has got to come out because she is fully locked up. But I'm just going to use the fan out of his Razor 570 to throw in there. If it can cool the Razor, it can cool this thing, no problem. Just for my little personal preference, I guess. That is the part number. Let's look at it later, I guess. That is gonna slide in. Sorry, I was watching the fan. Go in right there. The stock connector is the same between all the Polarises, so that's just gonna bolt right in and snap right in. So I popped out this bus bar. It just kind of looks like a common ground, connecting multiple grounds together. This one actually has a pretty good seal on it, so it's not too bad, but still gonna clean it out. Just put some dielectric grease in there and then slap it back on. And like I've said in many other videos, I always replace the plastic one here with the metal one from Polaris. Both these parts together are like $3 or something like that. That's the part number and the gasket. Throw that on real quick. Okay, so as you can see there, that little gasket is still torn, but I always do get that other gasket with it. I'm not sure if they did away with the metal one or if they just added this to it to maybe prevent this happening. I don't know. I just always ordered the gasket with it, so that should prevent this from leaking, but we're going to keep an eye on it later. So I know I'm jumping around a lot, but I'm gonna go ahead and put on these grips just to kind of get them out of my way. They're high lifter grips, the gel grips. I love these grips out of most. I mean, they feel good. They don't look cheesy. They work good. So I'm just gonna slide these on. I use silicone in here, and as long as you get a nice even coat all the way around, when you put it on, that way they're easy to remove. They're gonna hold. They dry up, and just so it works well for me. I haven't really tried the hairspray or anything. Just make sure that your handle here is clean. And where I'm gonna wrap up this video is on a key switch. The two top things I like doing on a project, just to make the whole overall feel of a older bike becoming somewhat overhauled, is key switches and grips. This key feels really sticky. Don't even know which one this is from, what pad, whatever. So we got a new ignition for it with a spare key. And please, when you're trying to find, especially on a Polaris, a 12-volt ignition source, don't be cutting up the harness up here. I mean, this is a supply of 12 volt. I think Polaris even gives you one. There's a couple right there for the winch and everything. Just use those. Don't go up into the ignition, the whole stock wiring harness where you can't repair it easy.